Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Apologies for starting a little bit late. There was an accident and I was trying to rush home and I just made it in time, maybe 5 minutes late. Sorry about that. Let's welcome Sriram Seshadri. I'm hoping to get Professor RV also on the line. Sriram ji, Namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel.
Namaskar, Sri Iyer. How are you?
So, I'm doing well, sir. I hope you're doing well. You have put in a lot of effort into this election. You worked for 2-3 years. Give us a little bit about the journey. We know now that there is a definite trend towards Congress. How do you think it's going to play out? Who's the biggest winner? Who's the biggest loser?
See, at this point in time, as per the Election Commission data, Congress has crossed its halfway mark. We are talking about 3 hours into the counting. Though there are still, 10 to 15 rounds in many constituencies to count, at least the trend shows that, they are already crossed the halfway mark with a percentage of vote difference. Though there is still about 45 to 50 constituencies where the vote difference or margin, either it is BJP leading or JDS or Congress leading, the difference is less than 1,000. Which may swing either up or down. So there is going to be some amount of movement that we will keep seeing another at least 1.5 hours. But the trend shows that Congress is a real winner. At least they will have their own simple majority. They don't probably need any support to form the government at this point in time. The biggest winner, of course, is Congress. There were 80 seats in 2018. And about 39% vote share they had, and in 2023 they have crossed additional 34 seats they have already got, and additional compared to previous election they got another 4% extra vote, about 43%. The biggest loser, at least from the vote share perspective, is JDS. They have lost from 18% to 12.5%, around 6.5% they have lost. And the number of seats, they have lost about 10 so far, considered 10. With respect to the biggest loser from the number of seats, BJP is the biggest loser at this point in time. They have lost in several areas. Mainly, I want to call out the Mumbai, Karnataka, Kittur, Karnataka, and in some portions of coastal Karnataka. Last I saw was CT Ravi trailing. One of the stronghold, very tall leader. I don't know whether that has changed because I've been in back-to-back programs. I have not been able to check the data of individual candidates. But, these are some of, and Shetter was trailing. Last when I checked, the Shetter was trailing too. And whether those things are changed or altered, I'm yet to see. So I'm giving a disclaimer. But BJP, only olive branch for BJP, one could say, is they have retained their vote share percentage or gained slightly above, about a 0.75% to 1%. They have gained their vote share so far. So at least they have retained their block of votes that they got in 2018. So that's the only olive branch, or that's the only saving grace that they can talk about. So that is a summary in nutshell at 11:10 India time, here on Karnataka results.
One question, sir. This is one thing that makes a huge difference in elections. Revdi, what was the amount Congress was distributing? What was the amount BJP was distributing? And what was the amount JDS was distributing?
See, distribution of vote for cash for vote, officially nobody is going to declare, right? So, but
no, I just want your street sense, sir. I'm not going to hold you to the number.
I'm just saying. So nobody is going to declare that officially, but definitely Congress was lavish, I would say. Maybe about 2,000 rupees per vote in many areas. That is what they were distributing, and JDS is the lowest probably. I would say they were paying out much lower, or rather they were not even spending. That is what I heard, because they didn't want to, spend their money to. In fact, they didn't want to even win many seats. They were not very aggressive in winning many seats, is what I saw on the ground. Of course, BJP would have given in many places where at least up to 1,000 rupees, if at all, on some of the seats they may not even distribute because they know that they are going to win. but other places they definitely would have distributed, is what from the street sense I see. But these are all unconfirmed. These are all definitely Congress and BJP and JDS will decline this statement here. But on the other side of the Revdi, if you look at it, Congress promised a lot of things in their manifesto, like 2,000 rupees for all the women. Like Tamil Nadu, they just copied it and then they just said that they're going to give assistance every monthly 2,000 rupees for women voters, etc. So there are a lot of promises that the Congress has made, which will cost the exchequer of Karnataka about 4.2 lakh crores in the 5-year period. So about 80,000 crores to 85,000 crores per year they need to shell out. Where they are going to get the revenue from is a big question mark for such a promises that they had made. Even in Himachal, they had promised several things, and 5 to 6 months into governance, they have not even started talking about what they want to do. But they have increased their petrol, diesel prices by 3 rupees and 2 rupees, etc., respectively, to gear up for some of these distributions. They'll probably do it just before the parliamentary election so that they win some of the seats in Himachal Pradesh. So overall, it is vote cash for vote definitely has played a major role, a significant role, I would say, and other Revdi like promises. But above all, I think what mattered for Congress is they have gained about 15 odd seats in Old Mysore region and grabbed it from JDS. I think that has definitely put them in the pole position of 116 or 112 that we are talking about, 112, 113 that we are talking about. So that is what turned the table for them to win. And only place where BJP can claim that they have gained more is about 6 to 8 seats in Bangalore region. The urban region they have gained. On the rural region, they have lost significantly. I think this is what the demography of the election results as of now that looks like. We probably need a lot more dissection and analysis of which areas, which communities have voted in favor. Of course, in Mumbai, Karnataka, the Lingayat seems to have gone significantly with Congress. It's not just the Lingayat, but the family, because most of the families control the popular family or powerful families in Mumbai, Karnataka, which controls the industries, also control the voters base. So there some shift has happened from Lingayat voter base to Congress. I think that is where B.S. Yediyurappa's prominence that BJP made a confusion 2 years back probably hurts them very badly now, in my opinion, Shriya.
Sriramji, I mean, we keep thinking that Amit Shah is like a genius, political strategist, master at strategy, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. Why did they change Yediyurappa so that, let's say he was corrupt, but then Bommai couldn't shake away the 40% commission tag either?
Exactly. I think the 40% commission tag definitely has hurt them a lot. And I think Yediyurappa was changed not because of that particular reason alone, but I think it's an internal party feud between B.L. Santosh and Yediyurappa. I think that is where all these stemmed up, where he was Yediyurappa was changed. In fact, if Yediyurappa was given that prominence, allowed to continue for until the election was over, maybe the results could have been different. I think sidelining Yediyurappa is a very costly mistake that BJP did in Karnataka. I think that adventurism didn't work well. And second thing is some of the Hindutva groups within BJP split across, and then they did a vote split. For example, the coastal Karnataka, BJP probably will still get about 16 to 17 out of the 19-20 seats. But 3 or 4 that they lose and the vote share will come down because Sriram Sena is contesting against BJP, but they were not happy with BJP's support towards them. And in other places where Reddy brothers went away from BJP and then started their own party where they are splitting the votes. So all these open revolt within BJP probably has hurt them a lot.
This hand wringing that is happening now. So is B.L. Santosh going to be fired from his important position at the center for having erred so badly? Somebody needs to pay for these mistakes. Otherwise, it's not like, Nadda should have been fired after the HP debacle. What kind of a democracy does this party have when it says it's a party with a difference? I don't see any difference, Sriramji.
Yeah. See, ideally, after Himachal loss, there should have been someone who should have been held responsible and accountable. I don't think Nadda or at least his son was not even made accountable and responsible for the loss. So in this case also there has to be someone who have to take the accountability of losing it badly. See, I'm fine if electorally when people lose, parties do lose. There's no issues with that. But the situation is reversed. Going to 75, 80. In Karnataka, definitely calls for relook into how this is, how they lost this important state, especially in South India, because then Congress and the opposition will claim the south of India's BJP doesn't have any place at all. So that is what their claim would be. That will add more momentum for the Dravidian forces and other state parties within this region to gain control over the region. I think BJP will still end up becoming a North Indian party. That narrative will start spreading very fast. I think that is where the danger comes from. And BJP should have anticipated all these and then, set aside their internal feud for their own prosperity within the state. I think that's where they lost out, in my opinion, Priya.
Well, let's take a look at the amount of time spent by the Prime Minister of the country. 7 full days or 8 full days. Wasn't the country being disserved because he was full-time campaigning?
Oh, sure, definitely. But one could say that because he did the campaign, probably they are at this point. One could claim that. And of course, Bangalore, he did a roadshow in 2 days. And that has converted 6 or 7 seats. But is that the Prime Minister's prime responsibility? Of course not. Definitely not. And then there has to be a local leadership. I think BJP should learn from this and then start grooming the local leadership. They cannot be a central. Actually BJP has gone back to Indira Gandhi days of Congress, where the local leadership or local satraps are sidelined, or they are not allowed to raise. I think BJP should learn this costly mistake. If they don't create regional leaders, of course there are a lot of regional leaders one could talk about. Hemanta Biswa Sharma, and you have Suvendu Adhikari in West Bengal, Fadnavis in Maharashtra, of course B.S. Yediyurappa in Karnataka, and you can talk about in Telangana. So there are a lot of local leaders that are Bandi Sanjay in Telangana and Yogi in Uttar Pradesh. There are a lot of local leadership, but I think they need to go all out to generate this local leadership to be more powerful rather than being centrally controlled. I think that is where they need to learn from Congress's mistakes in the past.
So your prediction on who's going to be the Chief Minister?
That's a big question, Shriya here. If Congress crosses 130, as the trend shows, it is not. But let's for a moment assume Congress crosses 130 or so. Siddaramaiah will be the Chief Minister. If Congress isn't just in the margin, they are just less than 120. There's going to be huge show of muscle power between DKS and Siddaramaiah. By chance, if JDS support is needed to form the government, then it is DK Shivakumar. Okaliga will go together and then say DK Shivakumar will be demanded as a chief ministerial candidate by Kumaraswamy. So that is what would happen. But in my opinion, I think Congress crossing their own majority, Congress will have its own CM. But that tussle is going to be a huge power battle between these two. You cannot sideline DK Shivakumar for having won this election. Probably he was one of the primary reasons for winning this election, for strategizing, being the state Congress president. One needs to give it. So I think a repeat of Rajasthan may happen here in Karnataka. That is going to upset DK Shivakumar if he is not given that prime position of being a chief ministership. Because he seemed to have had a tacit understanding with H.D. Kumaraswamy in not performing extremely well in old Mysore region. And if that is the case, then D.K. Shivakumar is going to pull the plug and then say, he needs to be treated and he needs to be rewarded properly. When that is done, Siddaramaiah cannot function under him, and hence he need to be sidelined totally. So both are going to have, it is a good problem for Congress to have, but I don't know, they will be in a position to manage this good problem. That is where the power struggle would happen. This time BJP need not do any Operation Kamal. Congress may end up doing it on its own. But of course, it will still give a stable government for at least 1.5 years if this power struggle continues. But if they cross 130, then Siddaramaiah would claim to be the chief ministerial candidate to provide a very stable and strong government. I think if that happens, we need to see where they end up. So I'm not going to put a bet on who is going to be the chief ministerial candidate at this point in time, Shreya.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's take a few questions that have come our way and then we can call it a wrap.
Yeah.
Questions, please. I got, yeah. Srinivas Jayaprakash wants to know, what is your take on the trends? Is image Modi intact or are the results a reflection of local issues? Sriram, you go first.
Yeah, Modi definitely has, campaigned heavily. And at least this shows very clearly that you can't rely only on Modi's campaign to win. So you don't want Modi to play that as a winner knock role every time. Himachal Pradesh proved it because there also they didn't name the chief ministerial candidate. Groupism was there, and everybody thought that Modi can swing it. I think Modi cannot be the only person who can swing the election. So definitely the reflection of local issues, 40% Sarkara has reached out to people, even though the vote percentage have not dropped for BJP. They probably have gained their vote percentage. But the others who believed that, this government should go, and non-BJP supporters probably consolidated behind Congress so that, they want this government to go. I think that is what the clear message in my opinion.
Well, Srinivas, my opinion is that I think Modi is the biggest loser. If you spend 8 days for state elections and you still end up losing, you've got a problem. And I think he needs to eat some humble pie, needs to understand where he is going wrong. Certainly, that kind of time should not be spent for one state election. And this is just my personal comment. Sriramji, you may agree with me, you may disagree with me. And his cabinet needs a relook. This is not going to be easy. I can tell him this. People in Karnataka were quite pro BJP, if you ask me. It's not like Tamil Nadu, where in Tamil Nadu, there'll be 100 DMK flags and you'll find one BJP flag and 3 ADMK flags. Okay, you go to Tamil Nadu, you will really know how popular BJP is. Annamalai or no Annamalai. Annamalai still has a long way to go. Yeah. So this was a place where they should have done it right. In my opinion, changing Yediyurappa was a huge mistake. Whoever gave him that advice needs to be sacked. Otherwise, the same mistake will be committed in other places also. Well, they are not going to do it. Okay, I'm going to say anything I want. They're not going to do it. There is no inner party democracy in BJP. They pick and choose who they want to lead in wherever places. These are all wrong things, Sriramji. This is Indira Gandhi.
Exactly. That's what I said in the initial stage, that BJP is going back to Indira Gandhi days of
exactly.
Congress.
Yeah.
They need to change their way.
Yeah. So let's hope that somebody does some serious thinking, and certainly India can't afford another non-BJP government at the center. I mean, that would be disaster. With all the things happening outside of India at Modi. That will be a huge disaster. I hope he wakes up and smells the coffee, because Bengaluru, Karnataka is a coffee grower. There is more coffee drunk there than tea. So let us say you wake up and smell the coffee. Thank you so much. And are there any more questions? I think there's one more question. Yeah, Ramesh KSP wants to know, is it because of freebies announced by Congress? Did BJP inroads into old Mysore region help the Congress by cutting the votes of JDS? Muslim vote consolidated in favor of Congress.
Ramesh, I think excellent question. Freebies definitely would have had some impact. Now, I wouldn't say that that is the major impact for Congress. The 40% Sarkara definitely has a major impact. I think Congress took that narrative very strongly to the people. That is definitely one needs to keep that in mind. BJP's inroads into Old Mysore region helping Congress to move towards another additional 15 seats. Definitely, that's also a reason. Muslim vote consolidation in favor of Congress. I don't think that is a big reason because it has always remained with the Congress. It has never ever come to BJP. If you look at the poll percentage, OIC has got 0.02 percentage vote. SDPA is nowhere there in the election commission data where they have got some percentage vote to split. Another thing is interesting thing to look at about 15 or 18, 15 constituencies or 16 constituencies where Muslim dominated areas. 10 of that is led by BJP. That's another interesting data point to look at. So I wouldn't say the Muslim consolidated. Maybe in those areas the non-Muslims have consolidated, I would say. But I don't think Muslim vote consolidation in favor of Congress is a key reason because Muslims have always consolidated with Congress. Only thing is if they had gone against Congress and then gone to OIC's party or SDPA, it would have hurt Congress badly. But somehow it didn't happen. I think that is where Congress probably gained because of JDS votes, BJP's inroads into Okaliga community and some amount of freebies, and definitely infight within BJP was far more vocal, open than what is happening within Congress. Congress actually put up a big proud face of United Congress for them to win. I think that is where Congress succeeded, in my opinion.
Maya Jagannathan wants to know, ask P. Gurus, has the Nota votes of foolish SI called secular Hindus turned the tide in favor of Congress? If so, does it not spell doom for 2024? We have to see the Nota numbers. I don't think Nota is that big, right?
No, Nota is not that big. As we see, I can look at the numbers and then give you that. Nota is just 0.69 percentage. So if Nota and BJP's marginal difference is 1%, then we can talk about that. I think 0.69 is as according to as of today at 11:30 a.m. in India time, it is 0.69%. Congress at 43, BJP at 36.1, JDS is 13. JDS has lost significantly in this, where about 5 to 5.5% they are lost, which is a gain for because they were at 39.8%. That 5% has gone to Congress. I think that is where Congress has pulled this election at this point.
Next question, ask Sri. I think it's for you first and then for me. How much do you see the promise of freeing temples from government control but not fulfilling it? And second, taking Hindus for granted has backfired. BJP wanted to eat pie with both hands.
Definitely it has backfired to a major extent, especially in the coastal Karnataka. That is where Sriram Sena pitted its candidate against BJP in coastal Karnataka, which has cost BJP to some extent. And taking Hindu consolidation or Hindus for granted definitely would have cost. But I see the vote percentage remaining the same. See, if the vote percentage for BJP dropped significantly by 3 or 4%, then I could definitely say that taking Hindus for granted has backfired or not. But the question is the vote transfer from JDS to Congress. I think that is where the main swing has happened, and that is what the biggest issue.
Shekhar, let me ask you a question. Was there anything wrong in what I said? Do you think the Prime Minister should be spending 8 full days campaigning for one state? Doesn't it say that the leadership is not permeating below some levels? How many times has he addressed a press conference? What is he afraid of? Have the people come with their mouths sealed anyway? So what is he afraid of? Why doesn't he hold a press conference? Why should I not ask these questions? I'm just, this is high stakes. 1.4 billion people, the most populous country. I was concerned when you have so much personal stake in an election, right? Even if you win, you'll get blamed. But he came and campaigned. That's why BJP won. Now he came and campaigned and they lost. That's even worse. That's what I'm saying. Why do you have to say I'm turning like Subramaniam Swami? You should be like this too. Ask questions, guys. This is a democracy. Nobody has taken away your right to ask questions. Next question from Sachin. Look, BJP wants to eat the cake and have it too. Absolutely. In my opinion, if you remember, Sachin, for 2-3 years now, whenever Professor RV and I used to talk, we always used to talk that the MLAs are mostly real estate guys in Karnataka. It doesn't matter who's in power and who's not in power. Everybody has his own deal. They'll cut a deal on the side and saying, okay, I'll take a few percentage point less. You take a few percentage point more because now you are in power. Some wheeling dealing will happen. Somebody will lose land. Somebody will gain land. Everybody is happy while going home. That's what has been happening. So Karnataka winning or losing is not a big deal. In my opinion, again, Sriram, you can explain, you can concur with me or disagree with me. Congress, having pointed the 40% thing, will now come with a two-tier bribe. 30%, which is deluxe, 45%, which is premium. Okay, which means for anybody who asks, wait, you are taking more than BJP, they'll say 30% also you can give. It will happen. It will take 2 months. The other thing will take only 2 days. It's up to you. You decide. This is how they are going to play.
See, this 40%, 30%, whether it is not a birthright of BJP, it is definitely Congress is also going to do that. And more importantly, for Congress, this is going to be a cash cow state. Well, they don't have any other state where they can fill their coffers. So definitely there is the Congress is definitely continue the legacies of what they opposed at this point in time. It's a shame that both the parties will call each other the kettle calling the pot black. That is what will keep happening. But the question is, will Congress be able to bring down this sort of a corruption, or will Congress probably will manage not to get these things outside because they will keep it wrapped around. Because what Congress managed to do is they made that. Contractor association president to go on record to say that 40% will demand it. I think that is what hurt them the most. But more importantly, Congress knows how to keep it under wraps when things happen. I think that is where the difference between BJP and Congress. BJP is not good in setting the narratives. On many occasions, they are not good in setting the narratives. And in this case also, Congress will succeed even though, like she says, two-tier corruption, but they'll succeed in not bringing this out. It will not be in public domain, and that is where they will succeed.
Thank you so much, Sriram. I'm having fun really because you need to get a rap on the knuckles. Nobody is God here, and Modi and Amit Shah definitely were behaving very high-handedly. The way they have dealt with some of the issues, you can do it much more better, finesse way. They haven't done it anyway. Enjoy the fun, and there is going to be more Soros in your face now. And more fun, and people will probably watch more P Gurus because we are probably one of the few defending Modi outside of India and criticizing Modi inside India. I'm just looking at the issues and I'm taking a stand. That's all. Modi as a prime minister has been much better than anybody else that I have seen. But at the same time, there are many things that need to be worked on. Thank you once again, Sriram, and Namaskar.
Namaskar.